Welcome to Create with Krista Kirky. I'm Krista and I'm here to hopefully inspire your creativity by sharing some of my latest ideas and creations with you, teaching about some of the things that I've found that are most valuable for my own creativity. And I also enjoy bringing other really cool, inspiring creators on here as well that we can learn from. Today, I want to talk about why I believe that we are all content creators, or basically, we should all be content creators. Well, only if you want to be. But here, I want to tell you that I think you are a content creator, you can be a content creator, and some of my tips, I guess, to help your own content creation. So, let's get to it. I consider myself a content creator. And it's actually pretty recently that I've decided that I'm a content creator. I guess though that as I reflect and think about that the seeds have always been there. Sometime when I was in college, I bought a nice fancy camera from my sister, and I never really got that good at photography, although I still would like to learn photography. We'll see, maybe. I don't know if that's in my zone of genius, but it could be a fun thing for me to do. But I always loved making videos with that fancy camera. I would make videos and I would put them on YouTube, not really with any sort of purpose other than just making these videos that I thought were fun and cute. They'd be of a random trip to Park City, or just a trip with when all our family got together, when my siblings had little cute toddlers. I don't know, just random things. And I would just hodgepodge mash these videos together. So thinking back on that, it makes me realize that oh wait, yeah, I've always loved this. I've always loved making videos mainly, and kind of editing them and putting them to music and that fun side of it. And that was, I think, before Reels were even a thing. So yeah, on my Instagram, I guess Reels are kind of the thing that I just do easily because they're pretty easy for me to whip up and get out there. But it's good for me to reflect and be well, that's always kind of been easy for me, just editing and making videos. So content creation, I guess, sort of comes naturally to me. However, I really think anyone can and should be a content creator, because we gotta start with that first word, right? Content. What is content? What was I actually making videos of? There's the actual techie side of it, making the videos, which I decided I do enjoy that side. But what about the content? What am I actually making videos of? Now I feel like I have a purpose to my content. But again, I have to give a plug for these morning pages that I've talked about. If you haven't listened to a previous episode where I talk about morning pages is a journal that I use each morning where I essentially just brain dump things onto a page. For me, it's just been a really good experience for me to just practice being honest with myself. I think I used to look at journaling as reflecting on what I've done and just sort of recapping things, not really with a specific purpose. I feel like morning pages has turned that, whereas I do often just brain dump what we did, or reflect on my day yesterday, or think about my emotions, but I kind of just am putting more of a purpose to it. At least that's how I do my morning pages. So anyways, by putting a purpose to it, it's gotten me super clear to well, even not fully yet, right? It's just gotten me more to the heart of who I am. So I'm figuring out who I am. And you guys know this, I love to journal. So honestly, most of my content revolves around journaling and bullet journaling. However, I was on a run the other morning and I was you know what? If I had to give up bullet journaling, if my business had nothing to do with bullet journaling, which I'm not doing yet, and nor do I really have plans to do that because I really love bullet journaling. But if I did have to give up this side of it, I would still be creating, I'd still be doing things. But that content is just something that I'm naturally drawn to. And that's what I would say if you want to be a content creator. Just really, people just want to hear from you. People just want to hear other people being honest. And so I'm being honest with myself, and I feel like it's coming across in all the platforms where I create content. And so if you haven't already, start your morning pages, write 3 pages a day, just get stuff out there, focus on just being honest with yourself, get your true feelings out there. And then I think what you should be creating content about will come through, because I naturally find myself thinking about my business, which is to me a form of creativity, how I'm creating this business. I started my business last year, so this is still a pretty new thing to me, and I enjoy that. I'm super drawn right now to podcasting because it's new, and I think I'm just like finding my creative juices flowing there. I just like gravitate to the new and fun things in my life, just anything that sounds exciting. But anyways, so that's my tip for like if you want to be a content creator and you're not sure where to start, figure out like what you're truly passionate about and good at, and what you could talk about for hours, or what people come to you about. And these are the things that people come to me about, and these are the things that I want to be known for. I want to be known for journaling, and I want to be known for just going after the things that I want to create. So let's talk about what a content creator is not. A content creator is not going viral. In fact, I posted a post like months ago that is like still just like going viral, I guess you could say I'm going viral. This reel has over 250,000 views, and every time I open my Instagram, usually people are like seeing it and liking it. So, but I have to just say that like that had nothing to do with the fact that I feel like I'm a content creator. You don't have to go viral to be a content creator. Another thing you don't have to be is you don't have to have a ton of followers. I do not have that many followers. I have not even 50 subscribers on YouTube. I have over maybe like 350 followers on Instagram, and I don't even really know how to check how many people are listening to my podcast. I kind of know, and the numbers are kind of low. So whatever, like it doesn't really matter how many people are watching. It really just matters if you're like happy doing it. It's kind of funny because I feel like, as a stay-at-home mom who can kind of, I guess, be on their phone a lot. I'm trying not to be, but like I have been on my, like when I'm nursing, I could be on my phone. When I'm trying to get kids to sleep, I could be on my phone, right? There's all these things where I could like be consuming. I feel like I actually kind of found myself by being a content creator. So by putting myself out on Instagram, it actually helped me be almost like more myself in person, if that makes sense. Really, I'm just trying to be like who I am, whether that's through content creation or in person. I just want to be like, this is who I am. Like there's no smoke and mirrors. This is what I'm doing, and come along for the ride if you want to. In fact, I'm just trying to encapsulate something I've heard from mentors that I like to follow. Amber Smith and my own coach, Alex Fales, Mindful with Media. They talk about like be, do, have, where instead of like having something first, you actually be it first. So like I don't really have a ton of followers. Not that I like want that. I don't really have, I guess, all the success in my business that I would love to have. I'm really happy with the success that I've seen, but like, I want to grow and be more, earn more, I guess you could say. But I want to be who I want to be before I even have that. So like, yeah, I could say I'm going to wait till like I start making money with my YouTube videos to really like consider myself a content creator, consider myself a successful YouTuber. But that's not true. I want to be the person who believes they are a successful YouTuber, and then go ahead and do the things that successful YouTuber would do. Then that will help me hopefully have the success that I am looking for. And that's something that I truly believe. So I'm trying to just like say I'm a content creator, and I am. Spencer knows this. He's like, yeah, you've always loved doing this. So that's what I do. I'm being a content creator. I'm doing the things that I feel like a content creator would do. And I'm hoping to have the things that a content creator would have. In fact, someone just reached out to me and asked me to share about the things from their shop. They gave me some shop for free. I think you call this PR. I don't even know what PR stands for. And she's actually going to be on our podcast next week. But that felt so exciting to me. I was like, whoa. I've seen like other content creators do this, right? Where like people reach out to them and they want to work with them and they want them to shout out their stuff. That was me. I liked that. And so I'm leaning into it a little bit more. And then the other thing that I want to say is that my skill set, what I do, I think it can be a super powerful tool for people who consider themselves content creators. Because if you are just a content creator, I consider myself a content creator, I consider myself a teacher, a coach, and I also consider myself a product business owner. So I kind of have all of those things going on. I really want to like be a content creator, but I also like those other aspects of my business too. But if you're someone who is like, I am just a content creator, and maybe you want a way to feel like you have a product that you're selling, because I know content creators get a lot of their, I guess, income through affiliate marketing, and that's great. But if you are somebody who wants to like own something and create something and sell that thing, like this is something I've made, not something someone's giving me, then my skill set really like aligns with what you would want, right? Because I can take something from your brain, turn it into a physical product that you can sell, and you can make money that way. So I am like actively seeking out working with content creators. So hopefully if you're a content creator and that sounds fun to you, like making a bullet journal, it doesn't have to be a bullet journal, it doesn't have to be a planner, it can just be a daily journal, a wellness journal, anything like that. I would love to help you make that and like feel like you've created something and you're selling that yourself. Yes, I would love that. And that's the fun thing about this podcast, is I can just throw out the things that I want to do, and hopefully the people that are listening will hear it and find it. And if you are listening and that's you, reach out to me, or if you know someone who might be interested in that, share this podcast with them. So let's talk about how I create content, because actually I feel like people like what I create. I've noticed. So we'll start with Instagram. I think that's it's kind of where I am most often, because it's the easiest one to like put out content pretty quickly. So Instagram is the tool I would say that I use the most to market and grow my business. And so how I do that is basically I just try and share things of value that would draw in the people that I would love to work with. So currently I'm just, talking about making bullet journals, because that's something that I've decided that I want to continue to do with the right creators, with the right cool people. So I put out content about that. I also use my Instagram stories to sell a lot. And I've learned a lot about marketing and selling on Instagram through mentors that I've had. Kaylin Priest is really good at it. You should check her out if you want to see how she sells on her stories. Same with Alex Fales. She's really good at that too. However, I'm happy because I've started basically taking the things I've learned from people and turning it into my own thing. So like, I don't know, something that I think is funny is I was talking about, I put up a picture for how you can work with me one-on-one. And then after that, this is on my stories. The next slide, the picture was like in the background and there was like a green hue over it. And someone was like, how did you do that? And really all I did was just, I hold down the highlight tool in whatever color I want, and then it will go over that whole Instagram slide. So there's a tip for you if you've seen me do that and you like that. And I shared that on my stories because I was like, if she's asking me, other people are asking. And I've seen other people start to do it too. And I just think it's a fun way to, I don't know, make my content prettier, make my stories prettier, make people like excited about what I'm sharing. So there's a tip for you. And it also just is like fun to me because I'm just like a pretty colorful, playful person. So I just kind of put up a picture and then I pick a color, and like that kind of becomes like how I talk about what I'm selling or offering to people. And then yeah, that's honestly mainly what I do on Instagram. I just try and put posts up there that are valuable or of service to people. And honestly, if you are someone who's wanting to try and sell more, I guess, on Instagram, the main thing I would say is provide something valuable that people like want to see in your content, but also like be of service to people. That's the main way that I've made money, is just figuring out how I can serve people. And the main way I serve people right now is I like to listen and watch and see who the person is and how I can make a journal tailored to them that would improve their lives and that they would love and that they would use and that they would also want to share with their audience if that is something they want to do. So be of service through your content if you want to be a content creator that I guess makes money through it. Next platform that I really enjoy is YouTube, and I have done YouTube for quite a while now. I actually started it back in 2020, and this is kind of true with like my Instagram. I talked about like the mentors that I've followed recently that I've started to kind of like, I don't know, I guess copy, you would say, before I sort of found my own style. I'm still, with YouTube, I'm honestly still learning. I actually just signed up for like a free YouTube workshop. But it started with me copying my favorite bullet journalist and her videos. That's what got me. Oh, one sec. Gotta. Speaking of creation, I love sourdough. I gotta go turn my sourdough. I'll be right back. Okay, sourdough is turned. We are back. I'm gonna get back to sourdough in a second, but I believe I was talking about YouTube. So yeah, in YouTube I started by copying Amanda Rach Lee. She's a really awesome bullet journalist. If you're looking for more bullet journaling content, follow her, binge her content. She's awesome. And then honestly, I'm not 100% sure on my YouTube strategy right now, but I do know I love it. And yeah, so I don't know why I would stop doing it. The other YouTube creators that I really like are people who do like room makeovers for people, or like home makeovers. I don't know. I'm really into that type of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate that into my content. And that's, I think, going to take some time. So we're fine, right? I've got all the time in the world. I plan on continuing YouTube. So you'll see that channel grow. I mean, sure, grow with subscribers, I guess, but just grow in like the joy that it brings me and the value that it gives me and others. I've also been putting my podcast on YouTube. So yeah, this is my latest content platform that I am really, really enjoying and trying to be I'm really trying to stick with it. I do feel like I would love for this is going to stay. I know it's going to stay. So I'm just working through how to make it an integral part of my business and how to make it valuable for you, how to make it valuable for me. I mean, it already is valuable for me, right? Like I get to share my thoughts and get to talk about creativity, and you all get to listen. And I'm super excited to bring on really fun, cool creators, which I've already got a few cool people coming up that I'm excited to talk with them about creativity and all the things that I love here on this podcast. So I really just think it all comes back to, what do you enjoy doing? I really enjoy being a content creator. So that's like something I've discovered lately that I'm like going with. Like, I want to keep doing this, and that makes me happy. So I'm valuing spending time on creating content highly right now, because that's something that I want to pursue more of, do more of, and grow with, like help that add to the value of this business. I also went and did my sourdough right. I'm also, in choosing like content creation, I guess, right, and creativity, I'm getting pretty ruthless with myself on what I actually want to create. So if you didn't already know, I'm kind of a crafty girl. I love bullet journaling because it's kind of this artsy craftsy side to it. I love crafting, but when my mom was in town this past weekend, whenever she was here, I was telling her that she's a really good sewer, seamstress. I was like, I think I'm gonna get rid of my sewing machine. She got it for me for Christmas when I was in like 4th grade. Really fun. I did it a lot that Christmas. I used it here and there, and I've had it. And then I used it recently to like pursue some book binding. It didn't really work. It kind of like died a little bit. And like my mom pulled it out and tried to use it when she was here, and it's not really working. And she was like, just take it to a mechanic or something, a sewer mechanic, whatever you call those things. And in my head I was like, no, like that doesn't sound fun to me. And I don't know, I'm not really a seamstress. I'm trying to get really clear on what I want to like hone into, and I'd rather just like do my journaling stuff. I also told her that I'm thinking about getting rid of my Cricut. I got that Spencer got that for me a few years ago for my birthday, and I loved it and used it a ton. I actually used it in bullet journal spreads. I've used it so much that it's kind of like, I don't know, dying. But there are parts of it that are like frustrating and confusing to me, and it doesn't work super well. So Spencer's like, we need to just get you a new one. And I think if I did want to pursue, crafting with my Cricut a lot, that I would want a new one. And so I told my mom, I was like, I think I'm going to get rid of my Cricut too. I'm going to get rid of my sewing machine, going to get rid of my Cricut. She was just like, wow, you're really going all in on this journaling stuff. And when she said that, I was like, yes, that's exactly it. Like I love those things. Those things both were fun, creative things, outlets for me. But my time is limited. Time is limited. Number one, whether you have 3 little kids like I do or not, your time is limited. My time is limited, and I really want to hone in on what I want to be doing, and that is making bullet journals. And if it's not that, like, I'm going to find out exactly what it is, but this is what I like to do right now. I love to read too, and I don't know why I said that, but I like reading. So I'm just trying to like really hone in on what I want. And I feel like that is when your content starts to impact people, is when you're like being brutally honest about who you are. Like the content creators that I follow, I guess I've like niched down, right? That word niche, find your niche, whether you're like a cook or a cleaner or in fact, those are like 2 of the content creators that come to my mind right now. Niche down, right? And then I guess I was going to bring up sourdough again. For a while, I was like, I love baking, and I don't. I changed my mind. I don't. The reason I do like it, I guess, but like, here's reasons I don't like it. It's a big mess. I have to clean it up. It is a sweet that usually I eat the most in our house, and I'm trying to eat less sweets. But I, the other day, told Spencer, I was like, I don't think I like baking that much. And he was like, okay. And I was like, but I think I really like, and he was like, you really like sourdough? I was like, yeah, I really like sourdough. So like, again, I'm just like getting very clear on who I am, what I like, and what I want to provide in this world. I know the value that I've learned and gained through starting this business, through being a bullet journaler. And that's just like what I enjoy. That is like my passion right now. And so I hope you found that this episode has inspired you to be creative and to hone in on what you really want to create. Get very ruthless with yourself. What are you trying to put energy into that's really not doing it for you? And focus your energy on what is doing it for you, and start there, create from there. I'm thankful that you're listening. And if you are, let me know. I'd love to hear some feedback, and I'd love to hear from whoever is inspired to create from these episodes. I am looking for more cool content creators and journalers to join me in my community starting in January, so stay tuned for more of those details. Let's continue being really cool creators together, and I will catch you on the next episode. Have a great day. We'll see ya.